morning.
Good morning. So many friendly faces. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome you to our very first ever Eggs benefit. This was a brainchild of our board and our membership committee to come together to bring everybody to educate you on all of the things that are available to you through your membership in the Batavia Chamber of Commerce. Besides my wit and charm and his good looks, there's a lot that goes into what we can offer you at the Batavia Chamber. So we're going to start off with a little bit of introduction to where chambers came from to begin with, and the Batavia Chamber has been around since the early 1950s, and it has evolved over time. So what were some of the things the chamber were like back in the 50s, Brian?
Well, way back in the 50s, there was no internet back in the 50s. So you didn't have any competition. And you want to read this quote?
Yes. I was going back, and George Sheets, our Donna Della Sasse Award winner this year, has given us this great binder that has newspaper clippings from the very first days of how the chamber came together. And I found this quote, and though we may be talking about the 1950s, it's very reminiscent of what we're experiencing now. We cannot stand still in this age. We either move forward or we go back. Regardless of the business you are in, your business will grow as the town grows. But you have to put your effort into it. And that was by C.C. McCune. He was a member of the Chamber Steering Committee from 1953. And we feel exactly the same way about what needs to happen with the chamber now. We can't stand still, and as business people, we all have to continue to put effort into making the best of what we have, especially in our community in this town.
That's right. So in the 2000s, all of a sudden, everything became internet aware, and since then, the last 14 years, there's been a lot of new competition coming out, especially for chambers of commerce and for you and your business. And that includes things like Angie's List, Yelp, Google, and other non-chamber of commerce groups that get together. So there's they call themselves chambers of commerce, but they're really just networking groups. So, and there's a lot of competition out there, and we've decided because of that we had to kind of evolve with the times.
And so what we had to look at is all of these different essentials, what are the essentials of the chamber? We have to be able to communicate. We have to have that local and national advocacy for small and large business. And we have to be able to educate you. Hopefully we will do a little bit of that today. But for us, it was how are we going to deliver this to you? What were the tools that we had to give you all of these, the essence of what a chamber is? So we had to modify ourselves in order to fit with this age and this time now.
Yep. So, and as you guys know, I mean, the chamber is more than just business advocacy. We partner with the city, with the school district, with the park district, Main Street, other chambers, Kane County Chronicle, and other media outlets, and of course the Valley Industrial Association and the Illinois Chamber of Commerce.
And these partnerships are very valuable to you. Whether you understand it or not, if you ever need anything from these people, you call us, and we'll be happy to help you out. Many representatives from these organizations sit on our board of directors. So we have a direct line to the heads of these organizations so that we can get you involved and get things moving in the right direction for you. Often I get phone calls at the office, Stacy and I field them all the time, with businesses that are struggling with something, whether that be I need to find a place to hold an event, or I need to, can you help us find a person within the city to talk with about the issues that we're having with a little bit of a permit issue or something like that. And we are there to connect those dots for you. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to us to make and help those with those connections for you. And just a little bit, the communication piece. I've been getting a little bit of traction in the community with the article or the column that I've been doing in the Chronicle. And that partnership is really good in the fact that, again, we have that direct line of communication. If there's something going on with your business that you want to communicate out, please let me know, and we might be able to incorporate that into the column, or it might be able to be a highlight in a section within their paper that comes out daily, so.
And then thanks to Joe Causer, he's revitalized our Legislative Affairs Committee. Any of you guys interested in joining? He's looking for some people who are interested in working with him to help advocate for businesses in the community, so he's got that going. We also do a lot with community events. Of course, we work with Main Street and we work with Park District on various different things throughout the year. And we also work very closely with nonprofit organizations that provide services within our community. We support them. They're members of the chamber, and we have more stuff that we'll tell you about when we get a little further in.
So on the education piece, there's so much that you can learn from each other. That's one of the great assets of a Chamber of Commerce is each and every one of you. Having the time together this morning, even that just 30 minutes that you had, brings your name and your face and your company and the services you provide to the people that you were just speaking with. So when they think or hear somebody, that word of mouth starts to spread. So the networking and that education that you're getting from each other on the products and services that you offer is a great way and a great tool that the Chamber offers to you through networking. The classes are coming up in 2015. We've partnered with Wabanzi. So the educational seminar series will be monthly coming up in 2015. We're just designing the flyer right now, so we haven't pushed much information out to you yet, but look for that in 2015. Seminars and workshops, and again, those partnerships are invaluable to you as a resource to educate and get you connected with the people that can help you through some of your issues that you're dealing with.
And I want to give a special shout out to Tom Wangler, who started networking it. He's our past board president, and also Jack is our past board president. But he started the whole networking it, which is free local networking. So it's nothing that you have to pay for, it's bi-monthly, and it's something that brings the community together. Some of the best ones have been like the bowling event at Funway, and of course, you know, drinks and aliados with all the classic cars and things like that. So it's a really fun way. And then we also had another car show over at the Lincoln Inn. So, and we're planning on doing more of that this year. So that's part of just trying to bring the whole community together. And again, it's an educational factor.
And we had to struggle with relevancy, as we spoke about a little bit. We need to be relevant to your business. And so we looked at all of those resources and what we had available to us and how we can deliver them to you. So these are things that we always have on the top of our mind, and that's why we invested, and the Chamber Board chose to invest last year in our new Chamber Master website software, which is how we deliver the majority of our communications to you.
Yeah, and the key thing is it's just like anything else. I mean, we all are business people, all right? We're paying to be members of this chamber. So the key thing is we sat down as a board, as an executive staff, with the staff and said, okay, what do we do and what do we provide people for their membership? What are they getting out of this? What is the level of service? And we've sat down and actually worked through all of those things. So we made a conscious decision to evolve, and that is to change this so it becomes more valuable to you, that we provide more value to your business, and that there's more services available to you. So part of this evolution is, obviously the first new thing is we've got Holly, and we've got Stacy. Let's give these guys a hand. Holly brings a completely different spin on the Chamber of Commerce because of her technical background. In working in BATV, she's much more internet savvy. She's got a lot more ideas about connecting and using technology, and Stacy brings a whole complete different energy to the membership side of things. So now we've got somebody that is actively working with the membership and somebody who's actively working with the community and trying to get this chamber revved up, and believe me, it's moving faster than most of us can see. You guys are a blur half the time. So,
well, at least there's a lot of board members here, so we probably shouldn't talk about that.
It's true. Okay, so as Holly said, last year we made a conscious decision to change the website. The old website was okay. The new website has a lot more to it. And that's one of the things, as a matter of fact, a couple of days ago, Holly and I recorded a webinar, and it'll be up on the website soon, that goes through and shows you how to use all of the different tools inside the website to promote your business. And one of the things that we did is before we changed the website, we got analytics on the old website to see where we were. And back then, they thought they were getting like 26,000 visits a month, and really it was about 600 visitors a month. Since then, the traffic with the new website has greatly increased. And so it's gone up to over 2,000 visits a month. Okay, that's 2,000 individual unique people coming to look at things at the Chamber of Commerce, right?
Yep, and the things that they're looking at first is the business directory. And that's all of your businesses are listed in there as a service. So as we talk about the evolution, people used to call the chamber and say, you know, I'm looking for a great HVAC company to come out and do some work for me. Now they're just Googling it, okay? And because you have a page as a business directory under HVAC in the Batavia Chamber of Commerce, and we're getting tons of traffic on our site, that just boosts up your exposure. So if you Google your company name, one of the first line items that is going to come up is your page that is on the Batavia Chamber of Commerce website. So the more that you put in there, the more visible it is going to be, and how it's going to push it up within that Google search.
Right, and the 2,000 plus a month, the average business gets about 300 visitors per month, so the chamber itself is getting 7 times the traffic of most of our business sites. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so they're coming to this, they're seeing your page, they're clicking on it, and it takes, within your page on our website, you have your actual business website embedded in there, people click on it, and then are launched right onto your website, so.
Now this is the place where you guys have to take control, and that's why we created this video. You can log in to the website yourself and update your profile with a whole bunch of different things. And we went through this on the video, and once that's up there, you'll see better how to do it. If you don't remember your username and password, call Stacy, she'll get it to you.
We actually printed up we figured there was going to be a stampede of wanting this information on the way out. So we put our bouncer at the door, and she's going to contain all of you and take your information, and we'll send you your username and password. We get the calls all the time. People are saying, I want to go up and post an event or a job or something. So we're used to it, and there's actually, through our system, we can trigger an email that'll send you a reset to your system.
Right, so there's a lot of technology inside of this website that's available to you. First and foremost, you can update your own listing. So if you want to change keywords, you want to change the topics, you want to add pictures, you can do all that stuff. You also can add all of your social media links, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, all that kind of stuff, and put that up there. You can also add videos. If you have any videos on your business that are sitting out on YouTube or something like that, you can plug those in. The other thing that we have that's new is banner ads, and there's a few of us. I know, Jack, you have a banner ad, I've got a banner ad. Tom, do you have one too?
Yep.
Yeah, so the thing about the banner ads is you can buy a banner ad for as little as $25 a month, and when your category comes up, your banner shows up, and I've been tracking mine, and I've been getting a ton of clicks from it. So,
yeah. So like I said, if you're looking for HVAC and somebody or someone else, a visitor comes to the chamber website, they key in that business directory just HVAC services, it will come up and it automatically launches this category page that might have 7 businesses on it. But Tom's is going to come up first because he's got a banner ad right across his category. And for $25 a month, he has that. Plus, it pins his company name to the top of the page. So if, generally every time you refresh, or when I log in and look at that page, or you do, every time it jumbles those listings so that it's a random selection of who's on the top. If you are an enhanced user or you have bought a banner ad, that automatically pins you to the top of that page so you never get jumbled with the rest of the businesses.
and that's the only extra paid thing that we offer on that. So, if you want to, unless you're a Premier member, if you want to pay for that, that's fine. All the other things we're going to talk about are included with your membership at no extra charge. The first one is job boards. Now I teach a lot on LinkedIn and stuff like that, isn't that right, Harry? She's my boss, by the way, at Wabanzi. So I teach a lot on LinkedIn. One of the things that you guys need to know about LinkedIn is if you want to post a job on LinkedIn, they charge you have to buy 5 job credits. Each job credit is $350, meaning that if you want to post one job, you're going to spend $1,500 on LinkedIn. How much is it to post a job on the Batavia Chamber Board?
0.
0. You can post a job. How many people have posted jobs already?
I would say about a dozen to 15. The very first one, and I think the most successful one, was the job that I posted, and I found Stacy. We had, and this is just my testimonial, and you can use our job board for whatever you want. I took the job description that the board had created, I put it within this job posting. I then made its own page on our website. You then take the link of that page and I shared it on my personal Facebook page, the Chamber Facebook page, and my personal LinkedIn page, and I received over 1,200 looks on that job posting. And I got 32 highly qualified applicants for that position.
For free.
For free. So the people that have been using it, I mean, BEI has been, or Batavia Enterprises have been using it, the Park District has been using it, and they have found great success in filling positions through this. So.
And all of you have that. It's there right now.
And in all of these things that we're talking about today, Stacy and I work with them every day. So if you're having an issue, you want to do this, not only will we give you your username and password, but we will be happy to walk you through the steps and making sure that you are following through the process to get the most candidates.
So the other thing at your fingertips is you can put hot deals, which are just deals to the general public that show up, or you can do member-to-member discounts if you want, and you can set all those things up.
And one great member-to-member discount that is often forgotten is you get 10% off any ads in Neighbors publications, not just Batavia, but any Neighbors publication. You get 10% advertising discount. And when you talk to a salesperson, just say, I'm a member of the Batavia Chamber, and immediately they take 10% off of your contract.
Another benefit. And then, of course, if you have any events, post them in the Batavia Chamber calendar. And so if you're having anything, you can post it obviously on Facebook and LinkedIn if you want to, but adding that just gives it more Google juice.
Right, and like the communications that we send out to you that have the event reminder invitations and that is all done through the chamber calendar. You can create your own for events that are happening within your organization, your own events on the community calendar on our page.
And the other new thing is we take virtual plastic online.
Yeah.
So
Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover all online, whether that be for registration for an event for $25 or your annual dues payment, all can be paid online with credit card now. We also do automatic payments, so if you want to renew your membership and pay monthly through ACH, we can also set that up so $25, $30 a month automatically is paid off with credit card.
right, so that's one of the new things this year is you can pay your membership annually, quarterly, or you can do it month to month. So it makes it a little easier, and at this point it's about $30 a month for the
Yes.
basic membership. So
Yep.
yeah, so you can do all of that online. You don't have to send in checks. And the nice thing is that cuts down on the staff time of having to print out and mail invoices and things like that. So it just helps us be more efficient. So some of the other member benefits, think about all the things that we talked about, the job board, the hot deals, all of those things, and it costs an average of $30 a month to be a member, right? And I can tell you just as an internet marketing person, you cannot buy the amount of traffic anywhere to get to your website, the visibility for your website, the visibility for your business for $30 a month. You can't buy that online. So that's one of the biggest benefits of being a member of the chamber, which we never, having this new website has really helped us to visualize and create that. And so there's just that value alone is worth your membership. And then we have a whole bunch of other things that we do as part of your membership. So e-blasts. Now e-blasts are not free unless you're at a certain level, but if you want, you have access to close to 1,000 people who will broadcast your messages for you. That's a service. But the postcards, those are free, right?
So this is a bad example. I'm sorry I sent this to print, and obviously using this kind of like faded down look of my background wasn't a smart decision, but hey, every month I can make a change. So the blue postcard. People, this is kind of their go-to thing. You just take it and you pin it up right at your desk and you circle the events you want to go to, and that's what triggers a lot of people to attend these events. Another thing is that we've added a little bit of advertising down here on the bottom for our Premier partners. So this is kind of a new benefit. All of our Premier, we're always trying to figure out how we can get the most exposure for our Premier partners, like they're listed on the banner there. Also a benefit of membership in the chamber.
Right, and then we have a brand new directory that just came out. And this directory went to how many homes?
This directory went to 13,000 homes and businesses in Batavia and North Aurora. We specifically designed it this year for we tried to make it as little chamber focused as in our own branding and make it more of a community guide so that when people received it, they chose to hold on to it. That the intention of this was for people to keep this at their homes, so if they didn't have access to go and search on our business directory online, they could easily see all of your businesses listed right here. And within that, it's by category and alphabetical order. We've also indicated specifically those that are enhanced members of the chamber who choose to invest at a higher level with us. We even identified businesses that are 25 and 50-year plus members in our chamber. And that is a huge list. There are many businesses that have been members of the Batavia Chamber for over 25 years. So we must be doing something right. We just have to continually keep stepping forward.
Right. So not only do we hit people on the electronic side, we hit them on the print side, and it's all free.
Yep.
I mean, it's all included in your membership. And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of other things that we do. We've changed our newsletter to a quarterly newsletter. We have Shirley working with us on that to help get the content together. Just by going to the quarterly newsletter, we've saved, what is it, about $8,000 a year?
Yep.
Yeah, so going quarterly.
You know, this is whether it be for the printing or for the postage, was a huge cost for the chamber. But we recognize that it is a great reminder to receive at least quarterly to you. But now we have our electronic weekly digest made by Stacy.
Yes, and she's done a fabulous job with that. I mean, she's really kind of made it. It's beautiful looking and it's very informative and it's spot on. So nice job, Stacy.
Yeah. So and with that, this is great to see, and you know, I get an opportunity to do a little story on the front. And the difference is that if you see something in here that you like, you can't click on it. Say, I want to register for that. But on Stacy's, there's a link right within each of the focused events or things, and we also have the opportunity to talk about some of your events. So usually if we get an event that comes across, Stacy will randomly select one of them and say, hey, I'm going to focus on that one in the weekly digest. So,
right.
And that also, again, is an opportunity for her to put a link in there for it to launch straight to your website.
And we also have a member of the week, so 52 people get focused on every single year,
yep.
Usually the newest members at this point. So there's another opportunity to promote your business. And I'm sure if you talk nicely to either one of these two guys, they'll focus on your business for you.
I don't know.
So then So then, of course, there's a whole bunch of other things we talked about. It's the ribbon cuttings. If you haven't had a ribbon cutting, you can have one. If you don't have an office and you have a home office, have it done at the chamber office, you can do that. Networking events, those are 100% free. Referrals. I mean, people are calling, people still, believe it or not, do pick up the phone and say, I'm looking for a good HVAC guy. Tom, I'd like mine cash, please, not check. You know,
yeah.
all the plugs for you. But people do. They pick up the phone, they say, I need a plumber, I need an HVAC guy, and they'll call the chamber. So those referrals are included. You know, and a lot of times, you won't even know. You know, because they don't say, hey, I called the chamber and found you.
And not only that, but Stacy and I are at tons of events, not only the ones that our chamber puts on, but whether that, I mean, I'm in Rotary, so I'm at tons of Rotary meetings where people will come up to me. We are what people think of when they think of referrals. Hey, could you tell me about a great person that I can find to do my HVAC work? Just keep saying that. But those are the things that happen. We're constantly out meeting, and other chambers, we go to multi-chamber events all the time. And it's trying to continue, and we only talk about our members.
And something brand new this year, which we just started, and I want to recognize Ellen Huxtable. We've started new forums. And these forums are open, free group sessions. So Ellen is managing, it's the in-home business forum, is that?
Home-based business.
Home-based business forum, thank you. So Ellen has home-based businesses now. They have a chance to get together and communicate with each other, talk through their struggles, and Ellen is a great facilitator of these kind of groups. So she has joined the chamber and is now facilitating that. And somebody who's not here, Tom O'Karma, who is a nonprofit expert, board expert. As a matter of fact, he worked with our board to help us kind of get our ducks in a row the last couple of years. He has now started a nonprofit forum. Yep. So where any nonprofits can get together and talk about their issues. And then we also have the Industrial Site Managers Forum, which is getting the engagement of all the people in the industrial park. So we have a much larger audience there too. And if you guys have any other ideas for forums, let us know. You know, then we're trying to provide, again, more value as we go along. So our home-based businesses now have a place where they can communicate and learn from each other. And the same thing with the nonprofits. We're engaging them more, which is obviously helping the chamber at large.
And what we are always doing, we have a committee, a board committee that's focused on it. The board and staff are always trying to figure out what we can do to serve all of you in some way. Many of the things that we've talked about today are very broad. They're good for everyone. But we don't just sit back on that. We want to know how we can target you specifically. Obviously, you all have different skills, services, and products that you offer, but there are fundamental things with either the size of your business, the type of your business. Like we said, we have now the home-based business. So that's a group of people, like-minded individuals, to put you together so that we are providing this service to you. And again, the forums are free. So you just can sit down with like-minded people and get some feedback on maybe a decision that you're thinking. You know, I'm thinking about investing in some door-to-door mailers. What do you think? Then you'll have 10 other people that can say, hey, I just did that last fall. I put about $5,000 into it and I got one customer. Something like that is very, I think, a good resource for people to use to get those like-minded individuals to be able to discuss and iron out some of those details with each other. So.
All right, now I get to plug my boss.
Okay.
So this year, our Education Committee, thank you. Yeah, the Education Committee, they got together and planned out what was going to happen this year, and we thought the best thing to do was to partner with somebody who already knew small business education, and that's Wabanzi. So Wabanzi is partnering with the Chamber to put on an educational series once a month. It's going to be at Primrose Brewery.
At Penrose Brewing.
Penrose.
And again, you know, people laugh a little bit, and we get a lot of questions about this, but we looked at it like, we heard all this feedback from different members and focus groups and forums saying that they wanted things to be a little bit different. They're like, why are all the educational things in the morning? Or why can't we get together over a drink sometime? Can we merge some of these things together and have networking over drinks along with education at a different place? You know, we do a lot at, you know, we kind of even changed today and brought you all together in Shannon Hall, so you can see that there's so many different places that we can gather groups together here in our community. But we thought to ourselves, you know, we have this great new member that has a brewery, that has a big enough room, that we could put everybody in together and kind of fit and hit a bunch of different things at one time. So hopefully it will be a success and that you will all enjoy coming and having a beer while you learn from a subject expert from Wabanzi on a business topic.
Right, and this isn't just random stuff, because there was a lot of surveys that went on. I mean, Harriet and the group that's part of the membership committee did an incredible survey through Wabanzi on what do people want, what do people need. And one of the educational series was built around the results of that survey. So you, who answered the survey, the results are there. So everything is done with your input. It's not just a random, hey, we're going to do this. We asked, and that's what we got. So we're going to do accounting, marketing, customer service, and development. And those are going to be kind of the 4 tracks. So we're going to rotate through those throughout the year. So we've got a great educational series. What's it going to, is it $25 a session?
We haven't decided.
We haven't decided the price, okay.
It's like $1,000 a session.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Given this lowball offer, geez. So what we're going to do, though, is through these tracks, and again, another thing that we learned is people don't want to walk away with just that 1.5 hours worth of education. They want to come back and build on it each time. So that you're coming in and you might talk about the very first part of social media, and it might be how to use LinkedIn, okay? And at first it's just going to be kind of the top level stuff. Then the next session in that track will be actually bring your device, and we're going to log on and we're going to start keying in and updating this information. Very active and forward moving so that each time it builds on itself. We're going to have Google Docs that are going to be created that you can then access outside of the classroom. It won't be, I've got a worksheet, I'm handwriting it, and then I have to go back to my office and a week later try to incorporate that into my life. This is going to continually be adding on to it, so month by month you're going to be refresher and added on to that, kind of keep you on track with some of this education.
So one of the other things that came out of all these committee meetings is we realized that the way that our membership was structured was kind of outdated as well. And one of the reasons, and this is just a model with a lot of chambers of commerce. I mean, I've worked with a lot of different chambers of commerce. And they tend to have these tiered things based on the number of people in a company. And that's kind of a dying breed now. So what we've decided is to change the way that we run our memberships. And so we now have a tiered system that's set up. And this is going to be starting in February 1st. And we're replacing the employee level. And we're changing to a benefits level. So it's a new membership model, and it's more based on, you know, advocacy and how much you want to market to the community. So everybody starts out at base level, but if you want additional marketing opportunities, then you can look at these other levels. So we have this. We have the silver, which is the basic, which is everybody gets in, and that's $360.
$330.
$330 a year, or $30 a month if you want to pay monthly. And like I said before, what you get for that base level is everything that you saw that we said for free, you know, except for a couple of things if you want banner ads or if you want the education series. Then we have the gold, which is an intermediate level, which adds an additional group of benefits. And I believe on the table there's a printout that kind of outlines a little bit of that. It's not real detailed.
Right, and this just, what is on your tables is just kind of goes over and highlights some of the things that we've been talking about. In list form, all of the different benefits of chamber membership.
Right.
There's the cost and all the breakout of each of the different levels we'll communicate later. But just think of you free services that will come along as you invest at the next level.
Right.
And if you, like Brian said, the majority of what we talked about today was free. But if you want to add some e-blasts and some banner ads, and it's all about different levels, mostly of advertising and communication that you want us to do for you
Right.
and your business, and what level of exposure you want for your logo, for your business name through the chamber.
So basically what you're looking at is everybody comes in equal, all right? If you want to increase your exposure through advertising, which you're going to pay for anyways in a lot of different ways, we built it into the membership tiers now. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a lot more recognizable, affordable, than if you did it just individually. Like, for example, an e-blast right now is $95. Okay, you do 2 of those a year,
Yep.
you know, 2, 3 a year, you're already paying for the next level up, generally speaking, or at least a good portion of it. So, you know, that's what we've done is we created the 3 main levels, which is the silver, gold, and platinum. And then we have a very, very top tier, which is our Premier Partner Plus right now, and that is the Chairman Circle. And the chairman circle includes a whole bunch of things, including you get a foursome to the golf outing.
Right, it's basically what we've kind of keyed and termed that one is, it's all inclusive. Whatever you want from us, it's yours and it's included. It can be the golf outing, a foursome at the golf outing. It can be a whole sponsorship at the golf outing. You get all the lunches and everything come included. And so it's basically whatever you want, we are at your service. That's kind of what the chairman's circle.
And we've gone through and laid all this out, and you'll be getting more communication about it, but we show, okay, what's the value of the chairman's circle, if I'm not mistaken.
It's in like the
$8,500, $9,000, yeah, $8,000 to $9,000 worth of benefit for an annual membership because of all the things that you're getting. I mean, just a foursome at the golf outing is you know, it's like $600
for the foursome at the golf.
Right, plus the sponsorship is what, another $500 or $1,000. So I mean, you know, just as you start to add up all these things, the larger companies that want the exposure can go to that level, and you can pick and choose. And the other thing that we're allowing too is at any time, if you want to switch, you can jump up a level, right? So you can jump up a level, and if you want to go back down to that level that's not working for you, you can stop.
And the good thing about it, and just again, the feedback that we received was people are, instead of us sending them invoices once a month for the 3 people that came to the luncheon or the sponsorship of a certain event and that type of thing, they just wanted it one bill, one time, done throughout the year. So something to consider as well.
So this pretty much, you know, kind of sums everything up, is that we're always looking for ways to help you grow your business. We want to become more relevant as a partner to help you grow your business in this community, and that's why we pulled all these things together. We're focusing on today's marketplace. Today is a digital marketplace. There's a lot more online stuff going on. You know, Cyber Monday, Cyber Friday, all this other stuff. So we want to make sure that your business is being seen. It's incredibly important, and we're always looking forward and we're never standing still. Just like we said at the very, very beginning, is we're constantly looking for your feedback, because this is, you know, it's your chamber. It's not our chamber, it's your chamber. It's your organization, and what we said at the very, very beginning is very, very true. The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And that means by showing up to these events, by becoming educated, being active participants in the networking events, coming to the golf outing, even if you don't golf. But it's just, the more you put into it, the more people are going to know you, and that does convert to business. I mean, that's what I do pretty much for a living, is networking. So, and that's how I get my business. And I can show you guys how to do that. It's not that hard. You show up, you shake a hand, and you make sure you communicate with people. And that's what being a member of this chamber is all about. So, we want to say thanks. Are there any questions?
We said there was something about not standing still, and I apologize. I'm kind of a dancer, so I can't stand still very much. I apologize mostly to Jim here that's trying to videotape us this morning, but it's the truth. Stacy and I and my board of 15 and the committees, they're constantly evaluating our service to you. We understand just like you do. You have a business, you're evaluating your products and services. That's what we do every day. What can we do to make this the best service to you? So don't ever hesitate to give us that feedback and understanding, so that we can, and that is to not, if Stacy and I aren't who you want to talk to, and you come to an event and you see Harriet or Jack or Tom or Brian, I mean the board member, Joe, everybody, our board is here. They're here to support you today and every day throughout the year, and that's why I feel so supported within our organization.
Harriet, you had a...
I just wanted to say that, because I am on the membership committee, but one of the things we found in all the focus groups and the survey that we did, what was a little surprising is how many members were not aware that they had some of these benefits available to them and are not taking advantage of them. So I think that's, and the people that are aware and do take advantage of them really get a lot of benefit from them. So that's kind of what led into this.
Thank you, good feedback. Tom, you had something?
Did I was expecting an email or something that I missed maybe when these become available to us?
Yes, it was on the slide. It's February 1st is when we're switching over the membership. So if your current membership is where it's at, it won't be retroactive. February 1st is when your next membership changeover happens.
Is there an opportunity to prorate at that point?
You can upgrade at any time, yes. And we will, how the additional level of membership is invested actually can be billed to you separately. So it can be annually based on that date, and then your basic membership can maintain its usual cycle,
They're good at math, they'll figure it out for you.
kind of. And Britta?
Will individual memberships remain?
Yes, and yes, absolutely. There are 3 levels that we haven't spoke about this morning. We have a not-for-profit rate, which is separate from, but they still, many of our, actually Goodwill is a not-for-profit member of the chamber. You can't, obviously still adjust and become one of the higher level members as well. But we have a not-for-profit rate, an associate rate, an individual rate, and also the home-based businesses have their own rate as well, so.
Mhm.
And those won't be, there's a slight adjustment in the rate, but they will maintain active and still a huge part of our chamber.
Mhm. Which I believe is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the solopreneurs and small businesses make up, what, about 60%?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's about 60% of the businesses are solopreneurs. So,
Comments, questions,
what'd you guys think? Did you like the breakfast? Yes.
I was gonna say, I'm new coming back to Batavia, and Holly, thank you, and Brian and Stacy, because just attending some of these functions keeps me motivated, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do we find out more about the forums?
The forums, you just reach out, send an email if you're interested in being a part of them. We also, separate from the new ones that we discussed, the home-based business and not-for-profit, there are 2 other just business owners forums. There's, it's hard to say this, but there's a small and a large home
Small and large business
owners forum, sorry.
Right.
And they have been meeting for years. I think Joe, how long is your?
7 years.
7 years they have been meeting. And again, these are things that we want you to know about so that you can be a part of. And again, that forum is free. They meet once a month and go over business, details of things that are happening within their businesses. And Joe, you want any testimonial about your forum that you're a part of?
I had no previous business experience. I was a staff therapist before I opened up my own clinic 7 years ago, 8 years ago almost. And so I had no business experience, but this has been my MBA, I call it. I've been able to be fortunate to be put in with a group of individuals who had quite a few years of experience and meet on a monthly basis to sound off, to bounce ideas, to get input and feedback, and learn a ton of stuff over the last 7 years. Like I said, it's been my MBA, and it allowed me to, I think, be where I'm at now, almost 8 years into owning my own practice. So it's
Can
been,
you write that as a testimonial so we can put it on the website?
it's on video right now.
Yeah. And then, so those are available to you as well. Just let me know that you want to come as a guest to those groups, see if you fit in and feel that you are, that you enjoy the group. There's also a leads group. They're called the Chamber Connectors, and they don't, you don't have to come in with 10 referrals or anything like that, but they do try to refer each other as much as they can, and they talk about business. Again, it's a lot like a forum as well, so if you're interested in that. They actually meet weekly, and I love their group, and I try to go as much as I can, but it's at 7:30 in the morning every Thursday morning, but they meet at Limestone, so if you ever want to pop in with them as well, also another great group. Yes, Vince?
Is there a link on the website to the dates that these different groups meet?
There isn't, but that's a great idea, and we will put that up there. I'm sorry, he asked if there was a link on our website, or at least a page on the site that lists all of the times that these groups meet. So we will add that.
There will be.
It's all just right here. And that is never very, but I'm glad I remember Thursday mornings.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah. Thank you, Stacy.
How old school of you?
Yeah.
All right, any other questions or comments or thoughts or?
And again, not just this morning, every day, we love having businesses come in and meet with us to chat about what their products and services are, what they're looking to, maybe a pinch point that you have with your business right now. Happy to talk with you about that. I know I will not have the answer for you, but someone of the 285 other members of our organization will be there to help you. You will find a lot of very friendly and helpful people within our organization, and we're happy to link you up with them.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll just say in addition to the legislative affairs committee, I have our programming task force, and we have identified about 6 or 8 committees that we need help with from the general membership. So I think a board member will share each committee and report back to the executive director of the board. But these are events like the golf outing, maybe assisting with the educational series.
The annual dinner.
Annual dinner, which is coming up, and, you know, it's apparent that the same people are present all the time doing the same work, and if we can get more members at large involved, it's a great way to build relationships, we get recognition at the events, and thank you for serving and putting them together. So, a great way to network and build relationships, we could use some help with these.
Make sure you get on the website the time the committees meet.
Yep. Yep. And I see him coming out of the back, but I just wanted to say thank you to Scott from Daddy-O's for
All right.
We reached out to Scott, and we saw the big catering sign on the outside of the diner, and we were really excited to see that he was able to provide the service for us today. And so tables and everything all are provided to you today by Scott at Daddy-O's. So.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed it. Go back for seconds if you want. There's still some food left, and thanks for coming.
Thank you.